You wish that was you, huh?
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Golden Topics with Zay, and here's what's happening in today's episode.
The way Queen forced a smile when she said we've been together for 6 years. I would never understand why people don't have the conversation before they get into these deep relationships with people. If you know you want to be married by a certain time, let that brother know. And if that brother don't marry you within a certain time, babe, you gotta go. You have to, because if you don't, you're wasting your time. I understand sometimes you don't know, but it seems like right now you know. You know you want to be married, so y'all need to have the talk, and he need to make some moves. And within that certain amount of time, if he don't make the moves from today moving forward, you have to pack your bags and go, ma'am. Sorry.
I'm not gonna lie, this kind of made me a bit sad. I feel like I know and you guys know that she wants to get married. I remember scrolling on Instagram and seeing her talk about how she really wants to be married. Or that video like after 10 years she would just be out. Now their 6-year anniversary came up and I saw a little snippet of the video and he had gotten her a bunch of roses. And in the video he was like, there's more. And she literally says, more roses? And I didn't mean to like cackle, but my heart just hurt for her. It just must suck so bad. Because another video came out and she literally said that, oh, she's not really focused on marriage anymore. And it just made me think that sometimes you'll be with the man and he'll tell you a plan or like, oh, I'm definitely gonna propose to you. And you could be like 8 years deep. And like someone always told me if he wanted to, he would. But sometimes a man will drain you, absolutely drain you of your dream that you just give up on it. Oh my god, watching their first videos together to now, like you kind of see it in her face. But like I said, I don't know this relationship, but I just knew she wanted to be married. She wanted to be proposed to. She wanted it all. But what do you guys think?
I hope everybody knows that Clarence doesn't want to marry Queen. He wants the life of being together, having kids, and just living happily ever after without the marriage title. What Clarence did wrong is he picked a girl like Queen. A girl that desires and aspires to get married. But when Clarence got Queen another bouquet of roses for their 6-year anniversary, shit wasn't working, wasn't panning out. She wanted silverware, no cutlery. I'm gonna talk about how Queen and Clarence are both in very sticky situations right now. Now, if Queen leaves Clarence, that would give her 2 baby dads, and that will put her in the path of Summer Walker. We all know how Queen is gonna act if she leaves Clarence. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna have a kid with another man unless we're married. Womp womp womp, we don't want you. 2 baby dads, and let's not forget you're an ex-wife. Yeah man, you're giving us spoiled lactate vibes. Now Clarence, you're in a very sticky situation because if you give Queen the ring that she wants, it's one of these rings. Man, here, damn man! Man, shut the fuck up with all that shit. Yes, you're giving her the damn here, damn! Like, you happy now, ring? And that never pans out right. Clarence is not going to break up with Queen. Queen is going to have to leave him, if anything. The reason why is, if Clarence breaks up with Queen, everybody is going to assume that he has always been scared of the commitment of marriage. And they're going to also look deep into his life to see if he was cheating, because they're going to say, well, why didn't you marry Queen? Why did you just leave? You must have been cheating. So that man is not going to leave. Only solution is for Queen to leave.
If you give a nigga everything before y'all get married, it's no point in marrying you, mamas. And some niggas just don't want to be married. That's just, you feel me? I could be a counselor. Let me know if y'all want me to be a marriage counselor down in the comments below. But that's if a man shouldn't have to marry a female if, check me out now, if she do everything for him, like she give him everything that a wife supposed to give him. So I feel like, what's the purpose of marrying somebody if you gonna give them everything? You feel me? What y'all think? Let me know down in the comments. I don't know. Maybe I want to be a marriage counselor. So I'm giving up YouTube to be a marriage counselor. So if y'all need help with y'all relationships, come to me, DM me on IG.
So everyone's talking about Queen and Clarence, and I want to give my 2 pence. I made a video recently talking about my unpopular opinions. In that video, I mentioned that I didn't want to live with someone until I get married. Now, majority of the reason I want to do this is religious, but outside of my religion, things like this is why you should not live with someone until you get married. You see, everyone's circumstance is different. Some people need to move out, and the best person to do that with is with their partner. They might not have any reliable friends, or they might not have friends that are ready to move out, and their partner is. So I understand everyone's situation is different. But if you may remember, I was speaking about in that video, when you live with someone, you start to graduate yourself and promote yourself to a position that they did not promote you to. So you start to become a wife to someone who's not a husband, which is just not ideal. And you'll find yourself in a situation like this 6 years on and the person has still not proposed. Queen clearly has promoted herself. She's given herself a promotion without extra pay. They put their life out there so we can comfortably say she cooks for him, she's had a child with him, they have sex outside of marriage, does what she needs to do as the woman of the home, taking care of the kids, laundry, all these things. Obviously, I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty because I don't live with them. I'm just talking based off of the vlogs that I've seen and the things that they've said. But that is enough for me to say you've promoted yourself to a level that you don't belong to yet. So now, as the man, why the hell would I propose? I don't need to. Like, what would change? We already have sex, we already have a child, we already live together, we already do all these things. What the hell is a ring gonna do for me or you apart from just cash loss? Now you find yourself 6 years later not married, but yet you're a wife? Like, this is no. Honestly, girls, reserve yourself until it's time for you to actually do what you need to do as a wife. You're not a wife, you're a girlfriend, and stay like that. Be a girlfriend. Embrace your girlfriend role until it's time to embrace your wife role. I'm not saying it makes sense, and I'm not saying it's okay that men should have to need more of a reason other than the fact that you want to commit to the sacrament of matrimony. But unfortunately, a lot of men don't value matrimony, and obviously, because I know a lot of people are not abstinent, a lot of people are not waiting until married. And if that is you and you aren't doing that, at least save some other parts of yourself that a wife should be doing, because unfortunately you'll find yourself with a man that is completely fine where he is because he's gotten complacent, because you've given him everything before you needed to give him everything. Like, please, let's save ourselves. Let's reserve parts of ourselves until it's time for us to actually fulfill those roles.
Y'all just haven't seen it, but they haven't seen it. They wanna...
I'm not used to doing it for other, like, you know what I'm saying?
We're not doing it for them. Actually, we give me a kiss on the cheek at least. At least, give me a kiss on the cheek. No, that's you gotta give me another one there. That's the reason why you did it. You really want to kiss me?
I don't have to do anything.
I know that because you wanted to. I still have such a big crush on him. Like, I feel like one of those little school girls. You have a crush on me, Claire?
Thanks, mother.
Well, y'all, we have a big surprise for y'all. I already told you guys that, but that's gonna be for
Queen is sad. Queen is sad, and she doesn't want everybody to keep dragging the fact that she's sad. In her YouTube video, you can just tell how miserable she is. And she came back on Snapchat. I saw like clips of it that she posted or somebody else posted about her explaining how she's just been low energy for the past week. And she's literally trying to do a cleanup right now. Queen is not happy. She's not. But she's such a freaking sweet person to the point where, although she knows you guys are right, she doesn't want to hurt her man. Like, she wants to keep her relationship, and she wants Clarence to believe that she's not listening to what's happening on social media. But Queen also knows that you guys are hitting it on the head about how she feels, because it's written all over her face. Queen is also one of those people who is trying to prove to people that she is not easily manipulated, because Queen is such a very sweet, vulnerable person that people around her can easily manipulate her. She's super easy to manipulate. Queen does not have a backbone at all. And that is no shade to her, there's no disrespect. But Queen is a very special type of girl. She's very loyal, she's very committed, she's just very sweet, she's very dainty. She is herself. And being aggressive and standing 10 toes down on things, and that's just not who she is. So Clarence, because in the beginning, if any of us followed her in the beginning, because I was very much so following Queen in the beginning of her journey, she said that she had a huge crush on Clarence. Like, Clarence was her internet crush. And when she got around him, she was super giddy and she just couldn't believe that she was with her internet crush. In her mind, she had just left her marriage. She got a divorce. She left everything she knew to jump right back into a relationship and trying to convince this internet crush of hers that she's a perfect woman for him. And as we all saw, Clarence was not feeling Queen like that whatsoever. He did not care about that girl like that. But I feel like Queen was forcing herself onto Clarence. And it left Clarence no choice but to fall in love with her. Or fall in deep like, at least. I personally believe that Queen trapped Clarence, and a lot of people are not going to say that. She trapped him with that baby because there's no way after a few months of meeting this man, you got pregnant. I remember a video of her. She said that she was on birth control, but something happened. And I think that so badly she had wanted to be in a relationship where she felt like she was wanted by a man that she desired. And because Chris wasn't that guy, she literally put all of that onto Clarence. And we saw how quickly Clarence was forced to being in something that he wasn't prepared for. We saw firsthand how after she had that baby, Clarence was not helping her with that baby. Queen was doing everything for that baby. It's because Clarence wasn't ready. He didn't know how to be a father.
Hey, listen, ladies, I'ma just say this because it needs to be said. Just from seeing this whole Queen and Clarence shit that's going on, listen, from now on, when you step into a new situation, whether you dating, socializing, or in a relationship with a man, set a stone boundary, set stone certain rules. You cannot go with the flow. You go with the flow with a man, you will be going with the flow until the water runs dry. I'm trying to tell you, I'm a man. I understand this shit. You get what I'm saying? As a man, I would never pay for a cow if I can get a lifetime supply of free milk. Think about that. I'll never pay for the cow if I can get a lifetime supply of free milk. Ladies, you have to set certain shit in stone. You get what I'm saying? The reason why Queen and Clarence is going through their shit is because Queen didn't set certain boundaries with Clarence. Queen was going through a lot of hurt and a lot of trauma with ending shit with Chris. Chris was repeatedly cheating on her. It was always getting exposed. Some type of blog site was picking it up. Queen, it was no way Queen wasn't seeing this shit. Friends and family calling her, telling her, fans, all types of shit, right? But when she went and dealt with Clarence, she let Clarence get her pregnant within the first year of them dealing with each other. I remember when they was still calling each other friends. They was fucking the whole time. Now, that's their business. They're grown as hell. I don't have no problem with that. They're grown. But as a woman, if you know you have the desire to be married, if you know you have the desire to be a wife, to be a mother, any of those things, you need to start setting certain boundaries and start moving with intentions of getting those things accomplished. Because if you don't, a man will waste your time because you allowing him to waste it. Like, nobody can't come to your house and play with you unless you open the door. You keep opening the door for these men, they're going to keep coming in to play with you. You have to lock the door and stop being a revolving door. 2024, women, stop being a revolving door. If the guy's not right for you, he's not right for you. I'm sorry. Like, stop going off what he can potentially do, what he could potentially be about later on in life. Fuck potential. If you can't deal with somebody, if you're not willing to settle with somebody right now off what they are right now, then that person isn't for you, because potential isn't always going to happen. Potential is a risk, just like stocks and everything else. So I'm just saying that to say this. When y'all go into a situation, understand what you want, set the boundary of what you want, and if that man can't uphold those standards of what you want, leave him the fuck alone. That's just that simple.
Call me crazy, but this is what I foresee in the future for dating. Women are going to become more avoidant. Why? Because men in so many ways have shown us that they don't want to deconstruct patriarchy. They don't want to get out of the deep trenches of misogyny. A lot of men do not want to learn how to communicate effectively. They still think emotions are gross. They do not want to do the work. They want to do the bare minimum. They find a woman having standards of any sort to to be an insult. And so women are trying to save their mind, body, and spirit, their sanity, by not getting close. And as a result of that, more men are going to feel lonely, and they'll probably have to resort to, going to a therapist, or really relying on their buddies, or hiring an SW to hear how they fucking feel, to even care, to pretend to act like she wants to hear about his fucking day. And the reason why men will have to resort to that is because women will no longer allow men to usurp their emotional investments anymore. They're not going to allow it. And so then men will have to seek manufactured love, manufactured emotional investment elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? And women, since we communicate with each other, we're going to be pretty well off on that end, but we'll be longing for connection. But even when we meet a guy, already our mind frame is going to be set up as 9 times out of 10, this guy doesn't even value connection. So he's going to trick me into a connection just to sever it. And so that's what I see happening in the future of dating. Whew.
I think at this point, women are tired. We would like our men to come to us already emotionally intelligent. We're tired of wasting our tears, our energy, our years on men who refuse to do better and don't even want to try until they really feel like we're leaving them. Now that you're worried about being replaced, now you want to put in the effort? Where was the effort when she was asking for it? I'm sure she probably vocalized to you many times what it would take to keep her. But now that she's gone, now you're willing to do it. Some of these women are not with you because they don't love you anymore. It's because they're exhausted. She is tired of her cup being empty because she's always filling yours. The sad part is he's still making it about him. He's worried about him being replaced. What about her? That's probably what the issue was in the first place. What about her? You're shedding these tears. You're not crying for her. You're crying for you. Sometimes a woman will get to the point where she realizes that it's easier to change the man than for that man to change.
Well, that's all for today's episode. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.